Alrighty everyone, happy Friday. I hope you're all having an amazing day so far. It is now October 13th of 2023, and given that those out there like Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, really attempting to course correct the live action remake of Snow White, which by the way is nearly impossible. You have actresses attached to this thing like Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, a part of the ongoing drama surrounding this film, and dead smack in the middle you have actor Andrew Burnap, which by the way has been very quiet even behind the scenes and really has not been getting involved in too much of that drama. But we know that people out there like Mark Webb, the director, the writer Greta Gerwig, has been doing a lot of nonsense behind the scenes for Snow White. There's a lot to talk about. However, focusing on the Gal and Rachel drama with Snow White, it's an ever-evolving process. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Snow White is that we know that this movie is going to be a big box office failure, if not the worst failure for Disney of all time. It's very likely that it will reach that status of becoming a milestone box office flop. I mean, when you look at movies out there like Indiana Jones 5 or even Ant-Man Quantumania, we have a lot of examples that lately there's been a lot of box office failures by Disney in recent months, and The Marvels is slated to be the next big one. There's a lot of projections that it's going to be the worst Marvel flop of all time. We'll have to wait and see for that one on November 10th once it releases in theaters. However, with actress Rachel Zegler endlessly caught up in the drama surrounding Snow White, one major development has to do with the ongoing drama between Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. As it turns out, Gal recently made an ultimate decision behind the scenes for the marketing of Snow White. As of now, Gal is refusing to participate in the promotion of the film with Rachel Zegler by her side, as there is now an ongoing battle with Gal, trying to save her career while at the same time trying her best to salvage the Snow White film from being a total box office failure by promoting the film separately from Zegler. Initially, Disney's big plan was to have both Rachel and Gal to go on shows such as Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, and Seth Meyers, as well as Stephen Colbert. Gal is now refusing to participate on all of those late-night shows to promote the film and wants nothing to do with the movie, of course, for talking about the film side by side with Rachel Zegler. Now, additionally, Gal was the one who created more drama within Disney, as she is also refusing to do any more press interviews with Zegler once the actual strike ends for SAG. Now, let me just say one thing about this before I get to the next big thing, is that Gal, obviously, in my opinion, was a part of the problem to a great length, and I know some of you out there may disagree with me on that, but we gotta really realize that in that interview, the infamous interview, I should say, where you have Rachel Zegler, talking about all the nonsense with Snow White, and then Gal pitches in and says she's not going to be saved by the prince, and it really seems like that Gal was encouraging Rachel Zegler and really trying to kind of get her back there, right? Kind of like defend her or make it like she's right about the whole scenario. And I think that's exactly why I really can't say that Gal is, saving anything or attempting to course correct anything, because she's not. At the end of the day, she's just really trying to save her own career at this point and really trying to patch the mistakes or really the unintentional exposure of what she really believes in when it comes to Snow White. That's how I see things. I don't know if you guys will agree, but if you don't, that's fine. But we have a lot of things here happening between Gal and Rachel. Gal wants nothing to do with Rachel anymore as far as side-by-side scenarios go. They don't want to do anything like that again as far as late-night television or press interviews when it comes to correspondents interviewing them on shows like Access Hollywood or other ones out there like Entertainment Tonight, or even other companies like Empire. They really want to distance themselves right now, and that's exactly what Gal initiated. This was all initiated by Gal Gadot, and really just staying really far away from Zegler, alright? So this is where matters get even more severe. Let's jump into this. Now, specifically, there was even a major introduction planned by Disney that was going to be filmed in which both Gal and Rachel were going to present the trailer on a video tease where their costumes for the film would actually be showcased. This introduction piece was cancelled as Gal Gadot walked away from these plans just recently, and that too is no longer happening, which is making things very difficult for Disney to promote the film properly. This is now causing Disney to rethink their strategy where both Gal and Rachel will be promoting the film separately and in different formats. Now, this is also reportedly going to be making Rachel's job harder, as she reportedly used Gal as a crutch since she is the more experienced actress with better ways of handling the questions by correspondence. Now, the Gal and Rachel drama continues, and it's expected to only get worse unless a resolution is made by Disney somehow, some way, where they can both agree on something reasonable. As of now, the marketing of Snow White is in shambles. And this just goes to show you that this movie is in full limbo mode. I don't even know why they are going through with releasing this thing in theaters. I really do believe you're going to see this movie flop like we have never seen anything flop before, to the point where it may only be in theaters for a couple of weeks, and then it's going to abandon ship. Kind of similar to what happened with The Flash. Some would disagree, some would actually say that, oh Mike, it's a Disney movie, you're going to get people in there no matter what, which may be true. That could also end up being the case, where you have just people that aren't following the drama, and they tune in. But nearly everybody, and I say nearly everyone, knows about the Snow White issues, because this was mainstream. I mean, this was being reported everywhere, on television, on magazines, on the internet. I mean, everyone caught wind of the drama surrounding the Seven Dwarfs, about Rachel Zegler as Snow White, all these different things, about them diverting from the source material, diverting from the love story. All these things are what caused families to engage in a full-fledged boycott of the live-action remake of Snow White. So, look, I will say this. Gal is making a good choice by distancing herself from Rachel, but that's not enough for me to say that I'm defending her, which is not the case. I'm not defending Gal at all. But at the same exact time, I think that what Gal is doing is the right choice for herself as an actress. I don't think it's going to patch or fix anything, but it's definitely going to at least, prevent further damage to herself as an actress. And that's the only good step in that direction at this point. So there's a lot of things happening, and this movie, once the trailer drops, I think that's when you're really going to see things really begin to decline for Disney, the Disney stock, Bob Iger's reputation, and let's not forget about everything happening with Snow White and the marketing campaign. That too is going to suffer. So anyway, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.